Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 13th of the 4th, 2021. Time is 0455 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, our European session firing up, and our lunchtime North American US session. Right, yesterday then, Monday the 12th, we had a negative pose driver in the dollar at minus 89. Front and back door flows mainly going into the yen at plus 67, into the pound at plus 26, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 4, activity plus or minus 93. Intra-week then, so this is from Monday, yesterday the 12th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive unopposed driver in the pound, plus 75, no backdoor flows. The opposing negative flows mainly coming out of the dollar at minus 53, out of the yen at minus 16, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 6, activity plus or minus 75. Right, intraday then, this is what's happened in the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, Tuesday the 13th. We've got a negative opposed driver in the yen at minus 82, front and back door flows mainly going into the pound at plus 52, into the dollar at plus 32, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 2, activity plus or minus 84. Right, what's been happening and going to happen then? Well, yesterday we had positive euro retail sales, and we had a strong 10-year note auction in the US with the 10-year yield at plus 1.68%. Right, so far today, Tuesday the 13th, we've had a positive trade balance on the China, but over the year we've had higher imports than exports, so we've still got a negative on balance trade balance, if you like. Tomorrow we've got the New Zealand rates decision, and we've got Lagarde and Powell speeches, so Eurozone and US. Thursday we've got the AUD employment change and German CPI, US retail sales, and finally on Friday we've got China GDP and US Michigan consumer sentiment. Right, so let's have a look what's been happening in the flows. Our trades have come back quite a bit. We're now about plus 1600 points up, and as you remember we've scaled up a little bit, so the peak was plus 2900, so we've had about a 1300 point swing, but as I say, it's not quite comparable because of the scaling. Anyway, here's the what's been happening with the euro so far in the Asian session. The euro's up strong except against the dollar, the pound and the CAD, which are stronger. The yen is weak except against the New Zealand dollar, which is weaker. The pound is strong except against the dollar, which is stronger. The Swiss is weak except against the yen, the AUD and the NZD. The CAD is strong except against the yen, the AUD, sorry, not the CAD is strong except against the dollar and the pound. Right, the AUD is weak except against the yen and the NZD, and the NZD itself is weak across the board and the dollar is strong across the board. Right, so So what have we got then? We've got NZD weakness and we've got dollar strength in the Asian session so far, and take your pick in the middle. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes just to sort of box it in before we make some final comments. Right, so US dollar index. Well, basically the US dollar index broke and it's now below its previous resistance break. So gold, so it's softened a little bit. Gold's basically dirging around at 0.22 from the floor. It's not really moved much recently. And oil has come off, but it's come back slightly, so it's 0.55 from the floor. Slight improvement in oil. Wall Street, basically most recent break, and it's staying above that. S&P had this double top, and now it's broken like so. The tech never made it past its resistance, and it's up here. It's about 0.05% within our modelled high. So it's just off the modelled high. We've got US 10-year and the bond. Remember, we just had that US 10-year auction, which was reasonably strong. The US 10-year is about 0.23 from the floor, and the bond is about 0.3 from the floor. So whilst yields have slightly strengthened, the yield gap has closed between the euro and the eurozone and the US. So right, copper, we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumps. Came back to the second pump, went to base camp, and it's still messing about. It's about 1.7 on the pump. So it's not really moved for quite some time, copper. US steel had this sold off at the double top, broke, and then it's come back, and it's about 0.55 off the floor. So pretty soft still, US steel. Right, let's just get rid of that then, and we'll do this final bit then. So basically you've got this Nzd Rates Announcement coming up. We're short the dollar against the euro, the pound and the AUD, and we're short the NZD against the euro, the pound, the CAD and the AUD. As I say, our positions have improved significantly. We've got sort of data focusing in on this. We've got NZD rates decision coming. We've got the AUD employment change, and we've got the China GDP coming up. So we're just holding forth with our scale positions, and that's the macro backdrop is starting to swing in our favour now. So hopefully that was useful. Good luck with your trading. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you.